The Sports Trust acts as an implementation partner to its trustees, stakeholders and corporate donors. It distributes sporting equipment, kit and installs sports facilities in rural or historically disadvantaged communities in South Africa across all sporting codes for both abled and disabled sports. Here is an overview of some of the projects and how they are bringing about positive change within previously disadvantaged schools and communities. Harmony Gold Mines handed over a multi-purpose sport court to Tulani Secondary School as part of their commitment to developing the communities in and around their mining operations.
We are handing over 7 different projects, which the sports facility is one of them at Tulani High School. We are obviously operating in the area as a mine from Doornkop in the area. So it's really the CSI projects of Doornkop that we're opening today. And the school is one of them, and we are very, very proud to be part of the school.
I think part of our responsibility is not just from a corporate point of view, but also doing the right thing. I think development, particularly in this time where there's unemployment, there's inactivity by the youth and the communities, is very essential to us.
Would like to hold each other accountable in terms of what we are doing as a company, not only for ourselves but also for our stakeholders, including the investors and the communities. We want them to be holding us accountable as to whether we're doing responsible mining or not.
Physical Education Challenge has reached more than 600,000 learners across all 9 provinces, with Rosendal Intermediate School outshining many in 2016.
I just want to say, we are the champions! Because this is a very, very, very big day for us at Rosendal Intermediate School. I'm part of the school for 37 years now, and we reached many goals, but this was the cherry on the cake because we never ever won a national event. So we're very, very excited about this, and we start, as you know, we took place part in 2015, and were third in the land. And one of my teachers, the team leader, Mr. Dick, told me, Mrs. Alice, next year is our year. And I said, oh, Mr. Dick, we must just be positive, man. And he said, but we are positive. I'm positive. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Not only are we handing over the sport court, but today also sees the kickoff of the Physical Education Challenge in a new format, thanks to the ingenuity of our partners, Active Education, where the kids are now involved in slightly different mechanics with the Phys Ed Challenge, but they're enjoying it. You can see in the background the kids are loving it, and off they go. They're having a huge amount of fun. We've extended that to grade 6s as well. Why not? We're in the schools. Let's get more kids participating, give them hope and opportunity, get them fitter and stronger to play sport.
The Sports Trust Community Cycle Race in the Western Cape, sponsored by Nedbank and the Western Cape Department of Cultural Affairs and Sport, supports the school's cycling development program.
It's all about working together with the communities to make a difference and show how we as a bank and as a brand do good for all the members of the society and the communities in which we operate in.
What an awesome day we had here in the community of Saldanha at our first community cycle race with more than 400 cyclists from around the Western Cape participating, from professionals to the disadvantaged youngsters. And it's really a platform for the Sports Trust and its funders to provide an opportunity for young riders to interact with the more professional riders and give them that sense to aspire to be like the professional riders one day, and to also hone those values of what a community event is all about.
The program, in terms of talent identification and transformation, is assisting us immensely. If we look at where we were a year ago, we had a big group of cyclists, and they were enjoying their cycling. They were successful at school, or they were becoming more and more disciplined at school. They're becoming more disciplined and responsible for about their bikes. However, this year I look at the kids and I look at the condition of their bikes and they're in much better condition. They're starting to take pride in their bikes. They're starting to look after their personal appearance. Their personal performance at school is making a great improvement. And I think that in terms of development, it's crucial. We've now been able to identify our top 20 cyclists, which we will be working on very closely in terms of academy, correct training. We will also make sure that they have the right nutrition and the right equipment, that they become competitive.
The development cyclists were treated to an educational tour of Robben Island, where they learnt about the history of South Africa.
Why it's important for these children to participate is know that every child in the community feel they must belong or they want to belong to something. And in this case, cycling is an alternative for our gangsterism. And with the Western Cape, cycling tourism is very, very high. And if we can start it at a young age, training these kids, and then they will excel in a sport that is really, really very nice and a good sport to participate in.
The tour to Robben Island was nice actually, and to see what the prisoners went through. It was nice being there and to see what the prisoners fought for and the struggles. Yeah.
Okay, so I started cycling last year with the Bikini squad. We started off only with boys, but this year since I've been with, the girls have started to join. I'm encouraging more girls to train with us. Training is going actually very well. They're becoming stronger as we do more competitions. Our timing is actually becoming shorter because they're becoming stronger.
Once a week, an eager group of youngsters from Alexandra to Song Youth Centre make their way to the wondrous squash courts for a session with Chris Hughes, helping learners improve their squash abilities.
This program's been running for about 2 years, since early 2015. We started it in consultation with Wally Parsons, who are one of the main sponsors. And we've been doing it for 2 years. We've been picking up the kids from Alexandra, bringing them to the squash courts, and slowly building up quite a strong team of learners who are improving their skills and showing that they're able to develop and become very strong squash players.
Petra Diamond Mines in Cullinan recently brought the community together as they provided multi-purpose sport court facilities and spectator stands to their local schools on chalkware and Refillware. This was done so that sport could become more accessible and played in a safe and secure environment for these learners.
This process started when we, together with the Social Compliance Department, went through the various schools in the area to identify, jointly identify projects that can be done. And all the school principals identified sporting facility as a key need in the community. Currently, the only sporting facilities is the community sport field that is quite far from the school, and it's difficult for the children to get there. So with this facility, it actually puts sport and sport development within the grasp and within the reach of the local community. And that, according to our vision, will assist in cutting beautiful diamonds out of the children in our local community.
Well, school sport is a bedrock of sports development in the country. It is a pipeline towards a high performance arena. And in order for young children to participate in sport, there has to be access to sports facilities. Your sports facilities provides an enabling environment where young people can participate not only for recreational purposes but also for competitive purposes as well. As Sport and Recreation South Africa, we are pleased that we have this partnership with the Sports Trust so that we can roll out these multi-purpose sports facilities in schools. This gives young people then the access that they need for lifelong participation in sport.
Ke thabile le gono ka go bana go tlile ba eng sekolo sa rena re tlile go dira combi sports re tlile go bapala netball volleyball le tše dingwe tša di sport.
E tlo re thusa re re tshantse re dlale di sports mo sekolong gore re dlale di sports re dlale gona mo not go le kra re yang dikolong tse dingwe re nna mo gona mo sekolong sa rena sa Choko Primary School.
The Nedbank Development Runners participated in the 10-kilometre youth race in Durban recently, and the runners performed very well this year by winning the female 10-kilometre race.
My key responsibilities with the youth run, I organize schools that participate in this event. I communicate with educators, we organize their entries, we arrange their transportation and also all the logistics that pertain to the youth run. And also I've got a group of schools that are organized, that participate in the road running development with Sports Trust. There are 10 of those schools. From each school we have got 10 girls and 10 boys. So it's 20 in total, times 10 schools that make 200 learners that are participating in that program.
Kumnandi usuku lanamhlanje ngithe uma senihamba seningake beach yazi ukuthi kunzima ingekho ngingathola amanzi the kodwa sengithola amanzi ngathola umfutho ukuthi ngingakwazi uku-improve la-improve ndahamba na-push ngaze ngazofika bengazi ukuthi ngizangena ku-top 10 kodwa bengalindeli ukuthi ngaphuma unumber 1.
The Minister of Sport and Recreation, Thembelani Xesi, together with the Sports Trust, officially opened another multi-purpose sport court facility at the Magesi High School in Hammanskraal.
There's a memorandum of understanding which was signed by the two departments even before my arrival. We are reviewing that particular memorandum in terms of the implementation. Remember that schools belong to the Department of Basic Education, but sports is also with us. But it's clear that they can't run sport without us. We can't run into the schools to think that we'll run sport without them. So there must be some collaboration. So we've put joint teams together to look into all these areas where we can be able to collaborate and start running programs together.
The Sports Trust, together with its donors, are committed to bringing about transformation in sport and providing sustainable opportunities through sport for these disadvantaged schools and communities. We thank our trustees and our donors for their continued support so that we can help our future champions. Here are some of the upcoming events you can look forward to on the Sports Trust calendar. The Sports Trust Community Race on the 9th of August in Kraaifontein in the Western Cape. The Sports Trust Corporate Quiz Challenge taking place on the 26th of October, and the Sports Trust Golf Challenge on Monday the 13th of November. For more information, visit www.thesportstrust.co.za. The Sports Trust acts as an implementation partner to its trustees, stakeholders and corporate donors. It distributes sporting equipment, kits and installs sports facilities in rural or historically disadvantaged communities in South Africa across all sporting codes for both abled and disabled sports.